All right, it's starting.
Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. It's been a while. It's been a hot minute.
You have to do the opening.
Oh my god, I forget. Wait, how does it go?
Hey, folks.
Oh yeah. Hey folks, and welcome back to...
Did you forget the name of it?
It's been so long. Wait.
Elements to analyze, Leah.
Analyze with? Yeah, okay. Hey folks, and welcome back to Elements to Analyze with
Kevin.
and Leah.
You know, I just cut. You don't have to put in the pause. I just cut to it.
Wow, Kevin, are you in a new location?
Oh no, I left my reusable grocery bag in the background. There we go. That's better. Yes, I moved. Well, there's a lot of new things. Leah, is that a new couch?
Wait, so much has changed in the past few months. Wait, when was the last time we put up an episode? Like May, right?
Probably May. So has it really been 3 months? It didn't feel like that long, but I guess the summer just went by real fast.
I guess so.
All right,
okay. So this episode, we're going to talk about our major life updates. We start school tomorrow. Boo. And what else are we supposed to talk about?
What we did over the summer.
What we did over the summer, which is pretty much nothing.
Is that really loud? Can you hear that?
I heard it a little bit, but then it's
loud. I wasn't sure if it'd be really loud or not.
Okay.
All right, Leah, what'd you do over the summer?
What do we mean by summer update? Like fun stuff or just everything?
I think probably, since this is supposed to be a podcast about grad school, maybe what you did with research might be.
Okay. Well, I think the biggest thing that happened for me and Kevin is we got our first paper published. Woo!
Oh, the Pogo Lit review that actually, I was thinking about that. We've talked about it a lot, and now it's done. It's gone. It's out. It's out.
Yay! So the Pogo Lit review got published, which was really exciting. First paper. With research, I have made a lot of progress on my own individual project with our collaborators at UW-Madison. So made a lot of progress there.
Yeah, keep going, sorry.
What else did we do?
I don't even think, back when we were doing the podcast, I don't even think you really talked about that project. It really picked up over the summer.
I don't think we ever really talked about our individual projects, though, ever.
Did we?
I don't know.
Okay, what else?
Let's see. I worked on a proposal for a fellowship I'm applying for. That's been fun. Kevin and I are preparing for our second year seminars, so we've been working on that. What else have we been doing?
What is your most fun thing that you did over the summer?
The most fun thing? Well, probably my favorite thing I did overall, because it was not in Iowa, was I went to Michigan with my best friend, and that was super fun. But overall, my favorite thing this summer in Iowa, probably, honestly,
is it that I moved to 522?
I was going to say it's probably a toss-up between Kevin moving closer to here and just being able to hang out with Shelly and Megan and Kevin. We kind of formed an isolation cell, and just being able to hang out still outside and just being outside. I mean, we didn't really do much this summer except around Iowa, except do stuff outside. We went camping, which was a lot of fun.
Yeah, we went camping a lot now that I think about it. But I guess all of us only went once. Mm-hmm. But I went with Shelly one or two other times because we went, and then, wow, yeah. It just
But the summer overall was really good. I saw my family. I got a couch, got a plant, got hooks. I got hooks for my violin and ukulele. That's all I did this summer. What about you, Kevin? What did you do research-wise?
Well, I've been working on the same paper for the whole summer about this theoretical framework called sense making. So it seems about to wrap up, hopefully. So hopefully we'll submit that. And then who knows? I mean, our POGA Lit review took 2 months to go through, 2 or 3 months, I guess, to go through review.
Yeah.
It was just a long process, I think, because everyone's submitting. So, but hopefully I'll submit this paper in the next couple of weeks.
And that's going to CERP, right?
What was that?
That's going to CERP, right?
That is going to, CERP, Chemistry, Education, Research, and Practice, by the British. What else? Yeah, but basically that. I guess I also did, so, yeah, we both have a big year. My first semester is going to be worse because I'm doing comps in the fall, hopefully.
Kevin, we're not talking about future.
Oh,
this is about summer.
Yeah, but I worked on the we'll get to that. I worked on comps documents a lot too, which I think was good to make progress on. That was it for work, really, just those 3 things. It felt very monotonous.
We also submitted another paper, the POGL activity development.
Correct. Which is in review again, right?
Which is in review again, yeah.
That's
yeah, I don't think that we realize how long these things actually take. So when you say, oh, I've been working on one paper, it's because it takes a long time and a lot of work to write one paper, right?
Yeah, yes.
It takes a long time for things to go under review and to get comments back and all these things. It's a process.
Yeah, it's a process.
But yeah, okay, what about fun things?
The most fun thing I did, which was the riskiest, is I went to North Carolina to visit my high school friends, which was I think we talked a lot about this, it was more toward, so timeline wise, it was after things started opening again and things started getting worse again.
Yeah.
So back to this idea of oh, do you do it? And I think it really was just at some point you have to recognize that mental health matters as much as my physical health, and I think it was definitely worth it. It was the best trip. I'm so happy that I'm still friends with my high school friends after all these years. And
what a years.
Yeah, it was just amazing. North Carolina was beautiful. It was in Asheville, the Raleigh area, and it was just, it was wonderful to see them. That was definitely the most fun. But yeah.
And moving to Coralville.
And moving to Coralville, 52241. No, I really do, honestly, at first it was weird the first couple nights, but loving the new apartment. It's bigger, it's cheaper. I really don't know, it's not worse at all. I have fewer neighbors. I live closer to Leah and Shelly, which is fun. And now we can just walk around. And it's just, I guess, yeah, being in a neighborhood is wonderful.
Yeah, it feels very homey.
It feels just very different compared to where I used to live. So I'm very happy about that. Now I feel settled in for sure. I got the last thing this past weekend. I'm done. I'm not going to do any more decorating. I just need to buy CDs.
Woohoo!
All right, that's it for the summer.
Yeah, that was I feel like for the situation that we were in, we made the best. We made the most of summer. We for sure could have done more things, go horseback riding, but it's okay.
Yeah. It was, yeah, I agree. Yeah, we didn't let it, was it a lame-ish summer? Yeah, comparatively, yes. But I think we balanced out the safety with doing some trips, keeping sane. And now
I was thinking about it, and I'm even if we weren't in a pandemic, it probably would have been lame too, because we still would have had to work.
Yeah. Yeah. It was a lot, okay, we'll move on.
Summer 2020.
All right, now we got to talk about the semester. So yeah, we're going to school. We are going into school tomorrow. Not online. I have to teach a class with students in it, in a room, on campus.
Yeah, so maybe we should preface. So the University of Iowa is doing hybrid learning. So some classes will be online, some classes will be in person. They say that classes that are more than 50 people will be all online, which is true. And then it's kind of up to the instructor if you have a class of less than 50 if you want to do online or not. So most smart professors chose to do everything online, but there are instances where we have to go in, and Kevin and I both are in those situations.
Yeah, it's clearly like all TA. Essentially, like, because TAs teach smaller sections of big classes, by and large, TAs are the ones that are teaching still in person, and then professors are just not. So there's been a lot of like protests by our graduate student committee and things like that, which I understand. Has it done anything? Doesn't seem like it, but.
Yeah. So Kevin, what are you teaching this fall?
Principles 1 of chemistry.
Discussion.
Principle discussion. Yeah, same thing I've been teaching for a year. Lee, what are you teaching?
I'm teaching organic chem lab. Same thing I taught last semester.
So yeah, I guess we're lucky that we don't have to, we were just talking about off camera, about like the first years. It's just such a hard year to come in as a first year graduate student and have to TA, and kind of this weird, everyone is really just talking about, oh, when are we going to go online? Everyone kind of recognizes that based off of all the other schools that have switched back online after what, 10 to, some not even, I don't even know if some made it 10 days, but they've switched back online, that it's almost inevitable for us. It's just a stressful situation. It's a mess.
Yeah, it for sure is. And like, we were just looking at, there have been a lot of photos of downtown Iowa City released in the past 48 hours of bars just overly crowded, lines out the door, down the street. No, people aren't wearing masks. And if they do have a mask, it's like on their chin. And like, it is scary to know that like these students and people in general are going to be the ones that we're around. So
we'll have to try and teach chemistry. Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm really nervous. I've never been like scared to go back to school ever. Like I really like school. And I'm admittedly scared to like go back to school. I don't want to get sick. Like I heard Corona can give you long-term damage. I can't afford my brain cells I can't afford to lose brain cells. I need all I
got. Is your lab, did you guys reduce the number of students at all?
Yeah, it's one person per hood.
Okay. Well, that's good that at least there's that. Because for us, this is going to be crazy. I'm teaching more students per section than I was in the past. Like it's a few more, like instead of 24 or 5 on average, now it's more like 28, 29 on average. Like I've never had a full section of 30, but now I do. All they've done is just put us in a bigger room, so they're just going to be crazy spread out.
It's ridiculous. Like just hearing that makes me get chills because it's like, I don't know. I don't want to say anything too bad against the university on camera, but
it's just unfortunate. I think it'll be.
What are they doing to protect us? Nothing really. Anyway, that's our situation that we're in.
We're teaching.
Yeah.
We're still taking classes. What are you taking, Leah?
I'm taking this class called Design of Experiments, which Kevin is also taking. It's a quantitative methods class. And then I'm taking qualitative methods. Yeah. I don't know why I ended that with like not a full sentence. But yeah, taking qual and quant, and that's it. What about you, Kevin?
Yeah, the quantitative methods class and this other class called representation of tools or something. It's another one about, it's a cognitive class about like how we use tools. I don't really know what's going to happen. It's another like small discussion-based, project-based class, similar to what the cognition class we took last semester. Yeah. I think it'll be cool. I really do like it when there's it seems as though it's going to be, barring no craziness with the semester, it seems like it's going to be like this project carried throughout the whole semester class, which I like.
That's good. I like that. Yeah, and yours is in person, right?
That one is. I think there's only 3 or 4 students in it, just all grads.
That'll be good. But yeah, I mean, my classes are online.
Both of them are, right? Qualitative is too?
Yeah.
That's a big class, right? Is that pretty big?
The qual? I'm not sure how many people are in it.
Okay.
Actually, I think it was 25 the last time I checked.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good that they went online.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, so we have that. And then all of our research can be done remotely, which is really nice. I'm so thankful for that.
That is really nice.
Um,
Do you guys have more data collection for your 3D learning stuff or no?
yes.
How is that? But you
Yes.
guys have figured that out with Zoom or what? What's going on? I haven't asked that.
I actually have no idea what's going on with that. I guess I should probably figure that out.
Anyhow, but yeah, we are like, and we've talked about this a lot, but so, okay, this will be a good segue. For second years, it's the big year because it's the last, like, it's really the only benchmark when you think about it in terms of your graduate career. Like, you do this comprehensive exams, and then once you pass, you're a graduate candidate, is that what, or a PhD candidate or something. Like, at that point, there's no other requirements besides do enough research to do your dissertation. So it's like the last thing. And we're just like very thankful and lucky that because we do chem ed, like there was like, I don't even know, we really didn't even have a hiccup with research. Like, I think it just, we were online, maybe, yeah, we had to adjust to work style online, but we don't have to go into lab to get data, anything like that, which is just,
we didn't have to get trained on any instruments. Like, I know a lot of people in our cohort were like, they needed to get trained on instruments and they can't because you can't be within, like, someone has to help you and you can't be close to them. And the labs were closed for 3 months. I mean, 2.5 months ish. And like, yeah, I'm really thankful. But yeah, so comps are 2 big milestones this semester: our seminar, second year seminar, and then our comprehensive exams. So, Kevin, what's your plan?
What's my plan? Well, my seminar is coming up in a hot 2 weeks. Leah's is 2 weeks after that. Oh, I won't spoil yours. Leah's is sometimes after that. So yeah, seminar's coming up. That's pretty, I don't know, that seems more straightforward. I think, again, we are in a good position because we've done enough research that it makes it pretty easy to put it together. It's not like we have to.
It's like actually hard to dial down what we've done because we've done a lot.
And we have to think a lot about our audience because, like, I was thinking, what do I talk about? Do I talk about this theoretical framework a lot? But then I was like, oh, like all these inorganic people, they're not going to use that in their everyday life. So I'm kind of reworking, okay, what's going to be most relevant to them, hopefully. So thinking about that, but that's pretty straightforward. So that's coming up. And then the big goal is to do comps before, seriously?
What? I liked how you said think about your audience because I think a lot of times people don't.
Oh, thanks. Is this stripe of light in my face really obnoxious?
Yeah, it's rather distracting.
Okay. Now you look like. And then the big goal is to do my comprehensive presentation. There's got to be. Is that too dark though? There we go. Okay, that's fine.
No, that's good.
Do my comprehensive presentation before Thanksgiving. So that's coming up. And then, yeah, it's kind of nice. I'm feeling good about it. Like I said, I worked on it over the summer. Feel like I'm in a good place, but so it's just a lot this semester. Like, it's the most stuff that I'll probably ever have in one semester. After this, in theory, I would stop taking classes unless one is really, like, looks really perfect for my niche or whatever. It looks really interesting, but classes would be over. And it just gives me time to really focus on research. So that's exciting. That's the big plan.
Yeah, that is really exciting. I think, like, we've been positioned well. Like, and I think you're in a good position to do all of that now.
What about you, Leo?
I'm doing seminar, and what else am I doing?
Is this boring?
Yeah, my seminar is on September 23rd. And I plan to do comps in the spring.
You think we're allowed to post that to our YouTube channel?
What?
You think we're allowed to post seminar to our YouTube channel?
Should we? We could record it.
I wonder if we're like, is that like against? I wonder what the rules, if there's any rules for that.
Probably not. I mean, seminar is a public event.
Right? Okay, we'll think about
it. Speaking of which, everyone should come to me and Kevin's seminar. That'd be so fun if we had a fan from the YouTube channel, and then we could be like, oh, I just want to thank everyone for coming. Oh, and I see we have one of our podcast fans in the audience today. Like, that would be amazing. We should post the link when it comes around.
We can do that.
Yeah, I'm gonna do comps in the spring, hopefully by spring break, but we'll see where I'm at.
I think we'll definitely be able to do that. I think you're.
Yeah, I'll see. The only like hiccup would be if GRFP takes up. Well, I don't even know what kind of workload my classes will take, so like I don't want to make any definitive decisions yet. But I'm hoping to start comps documents literally like the day after seminar. Once that's over, I'm gonna like focus on that, and then over winter break, hopefully that'll give us time to work on that other project also. Oh, I forgot about that. Don't we have a deadline coming up for that? Oops, I didn't work on it at all.
Yeah, now's not the time. Neither have I. It's been.
Sorry. But yeah, second year is supposed to be the hardest year. And during a global pandemic, I'm sure it doesn't help, but I think we're both prepared.
Yeah, I'm not like, I agree. I think we're in a good place. Like you said, we've just been luckily set up well that nothing has been crazy awful for either of us, I don't think.
Sure.
We got a good support system. We got the best postdoc on this side of the Mississippi to help. Really just an overwhelmingly positive guest star on this podcast. But yeah, we're good to go. What were you most surprised? Because I didn't think I would feel this way about the transition back to school, but like I'm not ready for it.
No, I think the main thing is I just like don't want to get sick. Like, I mean, part of it also, I'm scared. Like, I have trouble focusing in general, and then on Zoom, it's even harder. So I am a little bit worried for classes online.
Yeah, you're right.
Because I really do have trouble focusing. I think one of my SMART goals for the semester is to not open iMessage and my phone during classes at all. Because like me and you, like we get in the habit of just like during biostats last semester, like I would just text you in the group chat and like I would literally miss the whole lecture and I would have to watch it again. So I'm going to try to make that a goal, is to really focus on my classes, but it's really hard.
Yeah, I think we got lucky because the switch was so abrupt last semester that there was just so much leeway. And I felt like it was just easier. Like the professors kind of lowered their bar in some sense, which I think was warranted. But now since we're like starting at this baseline, it seems like, okay, no, we don't get that kind of easiness. So I agree that that's probably a good way to do it. Especially, those types of classes, like we really have to pay attention on Zoom.
Mm-hmm.
Crap.
Yeah, which is going to be a lot, but, and then I think overall, I just am concerned about getting sick. Like, it's just not something you want to think about on top of the stressful life of a grad student.
Yeah.
Because, I just don't, you never know how your body will react.
Yeah, you're right. Because we see, like, we could be part of the percentage that largely go unaffected in our age bracket. Well, in your age bracket. And but yeah,
really good.
You're right. Like in the back of my head, I'm like, oh, if I got it, I'm a young, healthy enough person that maybe I'd be fine. But you never know. Like we've seen, there's enough stories of people getting really hit by it. So there's no way to know. But yeah. Do you not think you've had it? You don't think, like, I've had suspicions, but you don't? You don't think so?
I don't think I have.
No.
Are you nervous about it, going back to school?
I haven't really thought too much.
Why are you not ready?
I just I think I'm not ready because I really want to make more progress with research stuff, but I forget just physically how much time TAing in classes takes. Like I took it for granted over the summer, and I was like, oh yeah, stuff's coming out. I didn't really think about the fact that classes were starting in 3 weeks, 2 weeks, whatever. And then now that it's here and I look at my calendar, I'm like, well, there goes, when am I going to do research, right? Like I forgot that it did used to just be like 1.5 days a week that you possibly had time to do research.
Yeah.
So I think that's kind of the unfortunate realization that I'm getting to.
Yeah, I think it's going to be weird. I was also looking at my calendar and I was like, because now we have to balance classes with office hours, with teaching, and the classes have outside assignments, right? So like, I think I'm going to have to get used to doing homework again.
Like stuff at night.
Yeah, and I don't want to do that. And it's going to be really hard because I love doing homework at the library, but can't do that anymore. And like, it's going to be weird to do your homework in the same place that you just took the class at, like online at your desk, right? Like,
right. I didn't think about that.
It's weird. So I think I need to find maybe a different spot to do homework.
That's a good idea. Well, now you have that. What's that fancy looking table thing you got there? What with that plant on it?
I got a new table too, thanks to Johnny. But
Really fun.
I really wish like just like the library was open or something.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't even mind using a face shield during it, but
you could go, I don't know if coffee shops, I have seen people at some coffee shops, but I don't know. Yeah, there's just no good way to do it. I think another thing is just thinking about there's so many little aspects I have to keep track of. Like, so I'm teaching 6 discussions, 5 of them are in person, 1 of them is online. And just the fact that I have to keep track of that. And like one of the classes I'm taking is in person, but then one's online. It's just going to seem so abnormal to keep track of all of it that it just adds stress. And I think in the back of our head, like we keep joking again about, oh, in 2 weeks it will be all online. I'm almost hoping for that because it then just makes it easier that like, okay, it's all online. Like,
yeah,
like we're not beating around the bush anymore. I don't know. It's weird. It's unfortunate.
It's just a mess. It's also unfortunate for us that we sometimes teach in person. We sometimes have classes online. There's only so much space in the office. Like we have to go back and forth between campus because our schedules are weird. I don't know. Like I think our schedules worked out pretty well, but in general, it is a little bit weird.
Yeah.
But should we take our bets now?
Oh, our bets of when school's going to go online?
Yeah.
I have okay. How do you feel? Who goes first?
What's going on over on 19th Avenue? Why are there so many sirens?
I don't know. There's a lot of sirens.
Shoot, I don't even hear them from over here. And normally
It's on, what's that main street? Second Ave? Second Ave.
5th Street?
No, 2nd Street. Like the main drag.
2nd Street?
Yeah, I think I just said that. I think, what if this is the email right now? Like, what if this is the email that says we're going online? I
wish.
Here's what I'm thinking, and I'll walk you through my logic.
Okay.
I would imagine it's going to happen on a Friday, that they're going to send out the email.
Mm-hmm.
So my bet is that on Friday, September 4th, we're going to get an email that we're going to go online.
Friday, September 4th. So you bet.
No, but yeah, I say we get the email that day and that we start as soon as possible, early, mid that week following. Like, because I don't think they would say, hey, we're going to go online starting Monday. That wouldn't be enough time. They'd be like, hey, we're going to go online starting next week. You have to have everything fully online by the end of next week, something like that. That's what I'm thinking.
Okay.
All right, what do you got?
I don't know now, because now I'm thinking that might be right, because based off of the other schools that have closed, it's only taken a week for them to see drastic spikes, right? But there's also that 3-week deadline of refunds for universities. So September 8th would be the day that refunds are no longer available for students for like room and board and stuff. So.
And that is the new rumor. That's the hot rumor going around, is that the university's waiting until that day.
Yeah, I think my guess would be Wednesday the 9th, and then we start online classes on the 14th, which is a Monday.
Okay. I think that's a fair one. I think, yeah.
But who knows about that rumor? I mean,
I have heard from other people, not part of the university, but just in terms of the city, also heard that rumor. So that, I don't think that means anything, but it makes it feel like it does.
Yeah.
And it's all a mess. Like, it's just, even my friends were joking. They're like, you just need to like videotape and record this whole thing, because in 30 years when your kids or grandkids or whatever are like, hey, what was it like to teach during that time? It'll be like, this is the mess that it was. This is what it was like.
It's,
because can you imagine? I'm very hopeful that I will not have, and I don't think I would have to deal with in class a student not wearing a mask. But if that happens, like, it's going to be such an awful experience.
I would cry. I hate being super authoritative in general, and to be like, you need to wear your mask, and they'll be like, I can't breathe. And I'm like, well, it's school rule. Like, just like, I could think about all these different circumstances and situations that I would feel so unsafe.
Yeah. And I hope that there's enough peer pressure. I don't know. Yeah. And it seems like we've been on campus vaguely, just kind of walking around the buildings. And it seems like on campus, they've been pretty good. Mm-hmm. Not amazing, but definitely, I think, pretty good. In the building, definitely better. So we can hope. But yeah, I would just hate to have to deal with something like that.
Like, it just sounds so uncomfortable. Like,
yeah.
It just adds a layer of stress that we don't need. On top of not just wanting to get sick. And
yeah, because I don't know, I feel like I've heard this, but I don't know if it's actually true. But the protocol is that you're supposed to be like, hey, like, if you don't put on your mask, you have to leave. And if they don't leave, you just cancel class. Like, everyone leaves.
Oh my God. Shelly just texted, just got her first email from a student with COVID. Shit.
Well, this might be our last podcast together, so now we'll be fine. It's just a mess. What are some things to look forward to? I think big news is that I'm working on getting a feline friend, a new feline friend.
I'm so excited.
It's taken a lot of courage, but I think I'm there. And I got to babysit Big Henry while Leah was gone.
Yep, they became friends.
Quite the experience. He did definitely grow on me, so that's good.
Good. No one appreciates Henry. But I think I convinced Huang to get a hamster.
I think it's, yeah, you really have to, if you grow up with it, it totally is normalized, and you're like, okay, yeah, I want one of these things. Sorry, one of these one of these animals, excuse me.
I want one of these vermin.
But yeah, I just never did the hamster thing. The never small rodent kind of thing. Who knows? All right, we got to talk about some positive things.
Yeah. Well, let's see.
I mean, it'll be good to be done with this semester. It's weird to say that as a positive, but I think it'll be stressful and a lot of work this semester, but I think I'm starting to feel more okay about like what I'm doing and more in charge of what I'm doing, more knowledgeable just in general. Mm-hmm. I think it'll be a good progressive semester.
Yeah, for sure. I agree.
Even though it will be stressful. And then next year, Big Leah's going to do her Betty comprehensive exams. It's sad that it's not public. You'd think like they would make half of it public. You know what I mean? Like that your research report could be public, or, you know what I mean? Like that'd be kind of...
not public?
Oh, the comps is totally just you and your committee. That's it. Which I think is sad. Like it adds to this.
And be like, you should have all your friends from Qatar fly in, and be like, they came all the way from Qatar. You can't kick them out. And then they have to let them in.
No, I don't think it works like that. Like, I don't think they'll be like, okay. And it's going to be on Zoom anyway, probably. I would imagine. Unless, no, maybe, I guess I can imagine. So your committee is...
no, yours will for sure be on Zoom.
You're right, yeah, because mine's this semester. But yeah, yours, I guess, with 5 people, like, you could just be in a big lecture hall, so they'd be, like, way back there while you're giving your presentation in a mask. But do you want to give your presentation in a mask? No. So
I probably do a face shield. I kind of like them. I feel like a stormtrooper.
All right, well, I think I always forget that we should start keeping track of when we start this thing.
Oh, it was like 4:40.
Okay. All right, so it's been like 35 minutes.
Oh,
what other updates do we need to do?
I discovered my new favorite band this summer. It's called Camp, for anyone who's interested. They're really great.
With 2 A's.
CAAMP. What else did we do this summer? I am excited to like have more human interaction, like even if it's risky. It'll be nice to like, I don't know. Like doing lab prep was annoying, but it was nice to be with other people.
Be around others, yeah.
But that won't last long. Let's see. What else did we do? I feel like
I thought I had other things, but I don't think so. I color coded my books.
Yeah, you did. Look at those. Look at those.
Well, I color coded all the books except for Harry Potter because those are
so like half of them. They really do take up like half the shelf.
It takes up a quarter of one of the, like a quarter of total. Because I have it's a lot. I know I read a lot this summer. That was a nice, I didn't mention that. I was very happy with how much I got to read this summer. Even though, that's always been one of my goals, is to keep enjoyment reading, even though we have to read so much for school. And that's going to pick up now. So I try to take as much advantage as I could over the summer. So I'm glad I did that.
Excellent. I didn't read that much.
But we had a little book club within our research group. That was fun.
We did. We read Biased by Jennifer Eberhardt, which was really good, I think, for our group to read together.
Leah's been getting way out there on the Twitter.
Yeah, our Twitter.
The Becker Twitter.
Yeah, Becker Batty Twitter. Yeah, I think overall I'm ready for the year, but I've never felt this way about starting the year.
Yeah.
It also just like doesn't seem real to me yet, because like I don't have to go into school tomorrow. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll go in for moral support for you.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
All right. I'm going tomorrow. I have online lab tomorrow. Anyway, that's not the time for that. What else? Wait.
What is one personal goal for this semester?
Personal or like work related?
Personal. But it can be related to like the way that you are thinking about school, or like, you know what I mean? But not just like, oh, I want to finish my comps blank by blank. Like that's.
I mean, I think that the no texting during class thing is.
That's a good one. Okay.
A really big goal for me.
I like that one.
I do think I'm also gonna try to be a little bit better at setting boundaries on when I do work. So I'm gonna plan out so I don't have to do work for 10 hours when I get home, you know?
But how are you gonna do that?
I don't know. I don't know. I have to see like the workload that we have.
Yeah, I guess that's true. There's unknown at this point.
I think like overall no research after 5 p.m. and then only essential homework until maybe 8:30. And then if I can do that, then I think I will be happier.
Yeah, I think that reminds me, that helped me come up with one. I think I do want to have more like structured work break times. Like, I think I'm going to have to keep trying to work out in the morning. I think it's just a way to free up some time later in the day. But then, work out in the morning and then work until 5, but then take a break from 5 to 7 or 8. And then, so I can cook and do all that jazz. Maybe do another hour or 2 of homework. Yeah, you're right. Like set kind of clearer boundaries on that. It's a good idea.
Yeah, because since we will be from home so much, like, I don't want to get too burned out. Because, like, at least, like, last semester, we knew where the end was, but we won't know where the end is now. So setting those boundaries, I think, will help.
Oh, I think a good one would be to purchase a billboard to offer getting married. I think this is what we're going to do. We're going to start a GoFundMe to get, because billboards are not cheap. Lee and I are going to split a billboard.
Mm-hmm. So if we split it, so the big ones, which I think we're going to need a big one. The big ones are like at least $1,500, $2,000 a month. So
I would do it for 2 months max, I would say.
Okay, 2 months max, but I think it should also be at a time when things go back online, because then people will be more lonely. You know?
The whole point is that we want to have serious inquiries only of
potential
significant. Correct. But we'll definitely have to put serious inquiries only. I think that'll really be a good filter.
Yeah. I think that'll eliminate all non-serious inquiries.
Also, I had the idea today that we're going to put it next to
Trader Joe's.
Because we definitely think that that's where we're going to find our future spouse.
I really do think so.
I think it's a good idea. I think that's a good SMART goal.
So if anyone would like to donate to our Billboard Startup Fund, please do so.
It also is going to be, it's a good platform for us to broadcast the podcast, I think. So it really could pay for itself, because say this podcast blows up enough that we get money from it, we could have a billboard forever.
And what was I going to say? See, the problem is that we're probably not taking the bus this semester. So meeting people on the bus, that completely eliminates that possibility.
Leah's dream is that she drops a glove on the bus and then someone picks it up and gives it to her a week later, and she's like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Well, that does sound fun.
But like meeting people on the bus would be amazing, but we're not taking the bus. So we got to think of alternative ways. And this is an excellent way. I think, especially by the Trader Joe's, that's an excellent idea. Like, I think we're really onto something here, for sure.
Hey, Matt, I think it would be fun. Did I tell you this? That someone, when I was visiting my high school friends, one of them said that this one guy, he essentially was like, okay, all my friends can pick the girl I'm going to marry. And he gave complete autonomy. He was like, you guys go out there, like you meet all the people, whatever. So I think it's similar to that. Like people would be interested in seeing the social experiment of it. I think it's a risk that's worth taking.
I think so too. But it's Leah year, so.
That's true. Maybe next time.
We might have to wait till like May.
It could be a post-comps project.
Yeah. I'm Leah husband. Post-comp project. Yeah, actually, that sounds great to me.
Because then you'll have so much more free time too.
Yeah, and I'll be willing to put in the effort, which I'm not right now. So it's just excellent.
Okay, that's our mark the date. There's 3 things we care about. Leah and I's bet about when school is going to go online and post-comps life. But yeah, we should probably wrap this up. I really did miss this. As we were starting, I was like, oh, this is going to be fun.
Woo! Yeah, so Bodycast will be back. We might do like every 2 weeks now, because I just made that decision without consulting Kevin. I'm sorry, that should have been something off screen. My bad.
No, I think it's probably reasonable. We'll see how it goes. We'll try, but I think that is a good, reasonable thing.
Yeah.
I think it will also be a good way for us to honestly, like I said, document what this crazy semester and year is going to be like.
For sure.
Maybe it's actually perfect that we started our Baddicast last year, that this is a good documentation of what grad school is like during COVID-19.
Yeah, we have a pre-test, post-test.
Yep.
All right, well,
do we say bye?
Yeah, bye everyone. Thanks for the support.
Like, comment, subscribe, smash that like button. Okay, bye.
Hit that bell.